Southerners, Matt Pearson. Garrett's
Last
on
one
play.
is
We both mulliganed.
Is it horrible?
You pick the mills and you do the things, yeah.
Yes.
There we go. All right, okay.
We'll omen this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger. Attack. For 15. Right. 5, 4, 4, 2. Which is, yeah, 15. Okay. Just make sure my math's right.
I'll put that as my name for the turn.
Yeah, so 5 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 2 there.
Oh, I did 4, 4, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just better. Go ahead.
No, I forgot you green.
Okay.
No, I know what you meant. It was on time.
I
Schmoldering.
one lane.
Your turn.
And then
Yeah.
that's instant search.
But it was on the draw.
Right. And then how many is it?
Well, you just
Seven.
draw
Seven.
Yeah, as soon as I hit the second land, it was like, all right, well,
Mr. S Village.
if that's the case, though.
Dragonstorm.
Wolf. Chilling Screech. The card's too good.
Pass. I guess put shuffling cards back and actually we'll do this.
I don't know how I feel about the whole omen thing yet, but it seems
It's
alright.
definitely more of a, well, less of a broken mechanic than adventure.
Then adventure.
Yeah.
Omen. Ruseek.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Well, that is mine for the turn. I should probably pick this guy up at shuffle, man. Fetches cost too much shuffling.
That's right. But we'll print omens.
I'll pass. Come on.
Name dragon.
Dargan.
Pass.
Give it a Spirit Dragon. Let's try Breaching Dragonstorm.
Resolves.
Ready. Cast two ready.
Mm-hmm.
To resolve.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry. Yeah. Enters.
Mhm.
Puts it back in my hand. I'll have it deal 5 damage here. Go ahead. So pick it up. Or no, the draw
discard.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Channel Dragon Fire?
Yeah.
The harmonized one?
Yeah.
I can keep this.
Yeah. Yep. Glyph's good. Yep.
Mill 4, get a creature or land.
Yeah.
I don't know the way to deal with that.
So it's like any creature that returns back to
Yeah.
Oh, the rare whiff. Alright. Never mind.
Just see what I draw. Pass.
Creature land. Yeah, you didn't.
Oh, there we go. Right back down.
Yeah, like I'm
Alright.
pretty sure you hit something there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sure, not what you want, but
Go ahead. No, land them back.
Comment?
Mm-hmm.
The courtyard. Oh no. Discard.
Through seek this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Must be nice drawing that every turn.
You're gonna drop something on for about now. Hit my lands at least, but
Mercy.
Yep. No.
4 might be a little too many of them. I'm gonna play that as my next return.
One slip.
Yeah.
We'll run into there again.
Oh, there's
Why
one.
not?
Yep.
Good.
There's one again.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight.
Cast the Regent.
Okay.
Where do these go? They just get exiled. Right? Is that correct?
I don't know.
You read that? They just stay exiled, right? Okay.
Unfortunately, I have nothing else
So?
going on.
So,
we'll go to 17.
Cast Thunderbreak?
Yeah.
Alright. Got some hand.
Guess I'll just
Swing.
I would say something else going on. It seems like you wanted to do.
Trigger.
I guess fire that.
Screw.
Trigger the Regent.
15.
Yeah.
That's 4 damage?
Yeah.
5 damage?
It's 6.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Or, so 13.
13.
Yep.
And then,
Yeah, next game.
so I go down to 6. Yeah.
Yep.
So bring back over from there. I'll give him 2 life because of the treasure familiar as well. And go lose 1.
Yep. 16 to 8. Great.
I should have got one last
Oh, go ahead.
No, that actually matters for the math here anyway. What is the 2?
Sure. Start with that, Mr. Dale. See, it's right here.
I did find one dragon to put in here that I almost forgot existed. in the very last second.
Shivan Dragon.
No, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I saw Volcanic Dragon. I was like, this is legal. I did see that.
Should do
No.
that again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Is
I was sure you had a big question.
Yeah, might be.
I don't know when the last time it got reprinted was.
I'm pretty sure they reprinted it as like the supplemental card.
Like I'd have
In
to have
for
That's
one
like-
of them or something.
Yeah, that's like not actually in the core set, but it's in like the
Although I guess it's
Oh.
welcome decks or
I say
something.
the extra whatever it
Yeah.
is.
I mean,
That might be a card pad.
I mean, I would have hit him up, I guess I wasn't really went on board, but.
I'll play first.
Yeah.
Well, it's a single land, so
Goodness.
yeah, my sideboard cards
Yeah,
are
there was
upside
not.
down.
I'm going to try this and see how this goes.
Yeah, I know I've watched your games with bonus still, and you used to caught me off guard. So, like somehow I had not paid attention to the fact that turn 3 you just murdering somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, game 2 I just had no. I probably shouldn't have kept that hand there. It wasn't much action, but I could reach the combo, so I was just hoping like.
Right.
If you could go off on turn 4, if it wasn't turn 3, or I do any amount of like drop seed, if I go push something in there, then I would be able to stall for 1 turn. That's all I needed to buy. I had to get rid
This deck went through like so many different iterations of what it wanted to be and what it wanted to do.
This deck went through 30 minutes of me slamming cards in his sleeves, and that was it.
Thinking I want to put this in there, I want to put this in there, I want to put this in there.
All land removal
Yeah.
was a little too slow.
I cut an
They
entire
don't cut
color.
downs on the board and stuff.
In 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't kill your
You got
spell,
white?
so it's really
Yeah.
only fatal push.
And then I
that
cut
can buy,
black.
Except for the quags, but. those
Oh,
boards are
so
not instant
so you
beats,
had
know?
4
Right.
colors?
And
I
they
tried to
can't
do
buy
Jeskai, I
anything
tried to do
because you
Grixis.
Oh, gotcha.
Drop it.
So you try to do 2
Right.
different
I
things.
probably should have mulliganed either into ley line or at least removal.
Yeah.
I guess I have
Yeah.
2 lands, so we'll keep.
That was where I was. I figured you were probably on cat oven. Like I brought in raids. But
You brought in braids, you said?
yeah, braids just to get rid of it.
18.
So I mean, that's not even really the cat oven.
Receipt this guy.
Mission.
Sorry.
Well,
Results.
the other things that I have left are just kind of like value stuff. So it's like, all right, well, if I'm gonna bring in anything, it's probably still better to do that. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You knew about that end of it?
Yeah.
The
So like,
the witch's oven is. I mean, I've won plenty of times just off of that though too. So you don't really have to have the cat.
yeah, I pulled out. Like I pulled out like Soxa. 2 of the other vehicles that just don't do a whole lot of anything.
Right. Yeah, because you definitely are going to get like one
Receipt.
swing with any given guy because they do have sorcery speed removal.
And then I brought in 2 braids and 2 torch and towers to just like
One sorcery towers.
2 damage, exile a creature with 1 red.
Yeah.
So as long as you have a sack outlet available right away, I can get rid of
Yeah.
the cats. But
I usually play it without one, but you can still catch it because it's
Nine,
just
yeah,
so you can just catch it when I bring it back at the end of your turn.
Right.
I think do that. So like,
That's good.
yeah. So like
Not
I
as
brought
good as I
those in.
thought he was.
I mean, it's not when you want to hit land drops, but
And sometimes I bring in.
Well,
I mean, you're drawing 3 of them per
Finish
game
first.
in the first.
That was already
I mean, that game 1 was only 6 turns, so
just to get rid of.
That allowed me to be. That
Leyline.
hand allowed me to be greedy.
Just
but-
like, and it usually catches something else along the way. But
I'm bringing 1 wilt, but then we already have 3 Terra Thunders main deck, so like I'm already kind of insulated against the Sucks of Beast ley line.
yeah,
And I don't need to care about my graveyard until I've done everything on board and killed all their stuff and thought sees them anyway, so that I can have time
Go
to
ahead.
find those cards. It's tend to be how I found it. Because yeah, I was boarding in more enchantment roll at first, and I just realized like, oh, I'm sitting here with 2 extra pieces in my hand because I already killed the ley line and there's nothing else to do with it.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I cut it back. And I think it's more than 1 game where like, oh, let's be stuck and play for more than 2 turns. If I really want it gone, it's usually pretty easy to find because you do draw quite a bit.
Yeah, the biggest issue I run into, like, obviously I use the Banshee versus a lot of other things, but I end up having to keep in against recipes and landline. Well, except for Tim,
Mhm.
who plays all colorless stuff, except recipes. I'm like, okay, do I keep these in just for recipes?
Yeah.
Because it hits nothing
Nothing
else in the
else.
deck.
Right.
Oh, feels bad.
I wish there was like a consistent Eternal Witness in this format.
Yep.
That's the only thing I miss because there's
Stroke
a
it.
lot of silver
Yep.
bullets I want to run, but in like a graveyard
Good.
base, throwing it all away
Yeah,
deck, you've got to have some consistent
Yeah, you
way
guys
to
have
get
some
it
way to
back.
get back, yeah.
And so you really can't silver bullet with this deck. And my sideboard's probably a little too silver bullety. But most of it's just there to like complement.
Oh, it's equal to
the
half
side
mana.
my main deck
Yeah,
spot.
Not the streak. No.
The only thing that kind
Gotcha.
of
Okay.
changes in my sideboard is I
It's
have
like, whoa, you get two?
because that way if
Oh, shit.
you are gonna like rest in peace me or something, and we're gonna keep fighting a battle back and forth, I'm gonna make plans every time.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 'cause there's a regrowth effect.
It's the draw
with
3.
Bloom Burrow.
Discard.
I'm
man.
playing the one land from Zendikar
Resolves.
too. There's the one flip land that is like 3 mana regrowth on the backside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I have that in the main just as a one.
It's
Yeah. I don't know what the Bloom Burrow one has gift something. I don't know what it is.
I want a creature.
Right.
That's what I really need. Is a creature that
and then this two get shuffled back.
because I can get
Yep.
creatures back like with the
Right,
scavenger's
yeah,
Count
That is
stuff.
correct,
Yeah.
right? Like you draw
It's
3,
actually
discard, then
proof to
shuffle
bring
back
out
out.
Eternal Witness
Yeah,
back.
but
and then we get
I mean,
the
yeah,
action
it resolves in
back.
the order. It's,
Yeah,
There's
it's
nothing
different
in
The way
than-
that it's
I don't really
that
think it
does it.
matters.
So I haven't gone diving to see if there's like a bad card that does it. There probably is something, but it's still probably conditional, like Brand Instant or Sorcery back.
Yeah.
And it's hard in black green. You would think they should be good at that. Like the fact there's no
You would think,
Eternal
yeah.
Witness in like 7 years is crazy.
Yep.
If we don't even have the bad variant of Eternal Witness. Yeah,
I mean, they tried to add a newer, better version of Modern, but won't even bring a worse one into Standard.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's actually better, but
Sure.
it's certainly more threatening in like the long games. I mean, the old Astral Slide would loved it. Oh no, Eternalize, I guess next up tokens.
Discuss this.
Yeah, you can slide the token, I don't know. I missed that deck. That
It's
the
a
best
4/4 that
Eternal
does shit
Witness
in the
deck,
back.
I think, ever.
Pretty sure.
I don't know if you played back then, but
I played. Yeah, so I played in high school, Alpha Beta, Revised.
okay,
Like, I graduated in '94. So it was like we played
right. The very
like
beginning.
very beginning. We had 3 starter decks, and it was just like played that for a little while, and then college, whatever. Like left high school, didn't play with the guys, like didn't hang out with them, and then got back in touch with one of my other friends. And he was like, "Hey, we just started playing Magic again." It was M10.
Oh, okay.
So it was like
Dragon.
Years later.
Years later.
15 years later,
I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, that sounds fun. We haven't done that in a while." And then just started playing again.
I don't know if the game was truly better or worse back then. It was just different.
It was yeah.
It's just faster now. That's really all it is. Like
Well,
matches don't take 3 hours. Like it's just
I think the as complex as it is, I feel like first
No,
makes sense
not the
now.
next
Like the idea of the stack.
Is it
Which I guess
And, like,
it's a sorcery. I
it
don't
was
really
just
need
like,
to behold, but it's
okay,
4
mana
damage to every
card,
creature.
But why? It's just like a random
Can,
rule, right?
right,
Like, just
yeah.
like there's other
Rid
random
of the
things. You're just like,
arbitrary
the whole-
things, yeah.
it's like, oh, this is such a
Yep.
weird effect. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
You know, and the whole obviously anti's gone.
Attack
4.
That part,
You know,
yeah, that just had to go
like-
away. That would make it mainstream. You can't
Right.
be gambling in a game
You
and
should,
expect
yeah.
it to be picked up by parents
Yeah,
and
it's
be
like
like, yeah, I don't
14.
mind my kid playing.
Yeah.
Pass.
Dude, I'm this not having it like that is really
There's
Yeah.
a little bit
messing
of
me up
the,
here.
well, none of the cards should have ever been worth anything anyway. So
Right. Well,
It
and
should
yeah,
matter.
what they
Well,
envisioned for this game versus what it turned out to be are very different animals.
exactly.
If you just told them back then that Spider-Man would be fighting, SpongeBob or something like that, they would not have. Well, they wouldn't know who SpongeBob was, I guess, at that time. For Spider-Man, they would have. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Elrond's
Gandalf,
gonna fight. Yeah, Gandalf's gonna fight Spider-Man. They'd be like, no, it's
Wait,
never
what's
gonna
this?
happen in our card game. What are you talking about? No, I just loved that format. So, I mean, that was really kind of the beginning of when formats really started speeding up. Not that you didn't always have a mono red, but your creatures were just mediocre. And Astral Slide was this like very intricate control deck that you didn't counter anything. You were just there,
Mhm.
eternal witnessing, slowly
Claim
grinding out
territory.
value, and just slowly burying your opponent, not being able to do anything. And then Mirrodin
Wait,
came
two
along,
basic
and that's where
forests
Affinity
on
started.
the
Affinity
battlefield?
was like
Yep,
the
one on the
polar
battlefield
opposite,
only.
right?
Okay.
They could beat everything,
Good.
but I had an Astral Slide had a pretty good matchup against it because when you Astral Slide on a creature, it loses all its modular counters.
Right.
And so they just have a tough time ever being able to like ravage or combo you out. And it was a really good time in Magic because he had like Tooth and Nail. That was like one of the other best decks, and you could Tooth and Nail for Kiki GP and Darksteel Colossus, I think it was at the time. Or Mephidros, Vampire, and
Whenever
Skeleton.
you cast
That
an
was-
instant or sorcery, deals 2 damage.
I think that was what it was. But yeah, ever since then it feels like some deck that pushes the format. You have to be faster. And even your control decks, like you just sitting behind doing nothing until a turn 4 Wrath anymore isn't going to cut it in any format.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
And that used to be you could do that in control, like your first turn or two, to just be like drawing some extra cards or something.
Yeah, I mean it's indicative that they put Wrath of God in
Red.
foundations, and it's like people like that's legal.
Dragons.
Yeah. Nobody
More
plays
than
that.
that.
Yeah, hardly
2D.
playable.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a one up.
Good.
Like you can't just tap land, draw a couple cards, do whatever, turns 1 and 2.
Well, it's because we pushed removals so far that now all of your creatures had to be pushed to be able to either have to have a comes into play ability or they do something so powerful that your opponent can't ignore it, and usually it's the turn it comes into play. And so, like, how many cards are there played in this format at all that don't do something immediately when they come into play or don't at least impact the board so heavily if they stick around for one turn?
Egg.
Right? It's really raised the bar.
It's like
Pick that up.
would Wrath of God draw a card
I guess.
even be playable?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Instant speed Wrath account for 5 mana is probably where they would have to go.
Yeah.
Like that'll be the next. We're gonna see it. We're gonna start seeing instant speed Wrath gods. I think that they understand that that's where master removal sadly has to go. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. It'll feel wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that we haven't had previous instant speed ones, but they cost like 7.
Right. Yeah. Because you end up doing.
Pass.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's a couple of them that are 7 mana, 6 or 7 mana, and you're just like.
And even at 5, I'm not. I mean, Settle the Wreckage is a
Hold on,
card,
this guy.
kind of a 4 mana that, right? And even that's like a 2 of index that player that I see.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even sure that a 5 mana with straight Wrath would be all that much better than the Settle because you can't progress your own board either.
Counter.
Settle, you can sometimes one time more one way blow them out, right? So,
2 counters.
yeah, I don't know if 5 mana instant speed Wrath sees played. That's crazy. The game's come a little way. I mean, even since you played them,
Your help,
Yeah.
right?
speed like.
Yeah.
half
So,
the cards
Dragon
in
Back Assault.
standard now would be
Try to live.
4 of the whole
Good
deck would be designed around that card. Like Greenspan, you could have printed that back then. I mean, I guess your vehicles, but
Good.
if you had a concept like that
Yeah.
back then,
Should have held that land and I didn't realize what my land count was.
That's
the
probably
problem.
some version of that.
And then I played it and I was like, wait, I have more than enough.
It's played in standard.
I needed
or
enough for
Greenspan
Mysterized
that
Village,
wasn't
but
played at all.
Yeah, there's a
Took
great
2.
thing that was played in standard a little bit. I mean, it's
Pass.
rotated now.
Right, and
But,
even then, so it's
yeah.
like this fringe playable deck, and that card 10 years ago would have been like, oh, this entire format warps around this. Like, look at Stoneforge Misty. You look at that
Oh,
card
yeah.
now, you can put that in standard, people would be like, okay.
You could put Stoneforge, Batterskull, and one of the
And
other
Jace.
swords, and Jace, and people be like,
Yeah, you could literally just take Squadron Hawk deck.
Oh, this should be
now,
shuffled
I think
in.
it would be like a tier.
that one should. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah,
remembered
but
that. It's going to be a
brought
pain in the
everything back
ass.
right now. You get a bunch of people playing it just because they want the nostalgia.
Right.
So the only thing I
What
can
would-
do.
It's not a good deck.
No, it wouldn't be. Jace is too slow.
Yeah.
Jace doesn't get played Legacy anymore. Really? It's crazy.
I mean, it doesn't see playing modern, really. I mean, it's here and
I
there.
forget that it's even.
So
legal
it's
anymore.
like.
Wasn't it banned at one point?
Oh, yeah.
And they just unbanned it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it spiked in price. And
Yeah.
people
Turn
played it.
4? Who plays till turn 4?
Crack the
Yeah,
Haven.
and I want to be like, oh, I
Return the
could play
Wildling.
these tools,
Mhm.
but I don't because it speeds that format up.
So that's the
I
thing.
don't like where it's at right now. Like,
Probably
your deck
bitch
is
out
about
into
as
something,
fast
I'm
as it
sure.
gets. That's
Cast
just
Well,
Storm.
I mean,
Storm.
that's the whole thing. Is
Cast
like, right
Witch.
now,
The Dragon
fastest
creature?
popular
Yeah,
decks
okay.
right now are the standard.
Yeah,
all
the
the
Storm Brood
Like
thingy,
that.
whatever it is.
Yeah, but like mono red. That
The mono red
Cast the Receipt.
twice deck in from standard, you change like 4 cards, and it's the top deck now. In
Right.
ice.
Yeah, that's fine.
Plays money for the turn.
That's
Trigger.
dumb.
Make a dragon.
But if you think about the philosophy, though, it does
Pass.
kind of make sense, though, because Pioneer was supposed to be where you can take your standard deck after it rotated and play it.
Right.
It's just crazy that standard itself right now.
But if you
Is
look at
powerful
most
enough
of the
to, like,
Pioneer decks
pass.
were standard decks at some point. Not
Yeah.
all of them. Like I don't know that this deck was all legal together at one time. Maybe it was. No, Is Yugos from Rome too?
No, it's from Blueborough.
Oh, okay, so those ones I played that at the same time. So this deck could
I
have
guess
been
you just
standard,
hedge
but you
against
have-
this
There
thing,
was,
right?
there was a Ygritte combo in standard, I thought. Of sorts. It wasn't like
Oh,
infinite, whatever. But
But then I know that there was like Arclight Phoenix. I know that was like a
So we'll
top tier
Mr.
pioneer deck forever, and that was a top tier standard deck
Vibrate.
forever, you know.
Sure.
But
So
I played it in standard for a long time. and
Pass.
then I played it a little bit in Pioneer.
I played it in
It's actually
standard.
now coming
Pass.
back because of Corey Steele cut it.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Mr. Ice. Is that gonna work? Nope. Damn. I need more blue. Well, I mean, I've got it, but it's not what I wanted to do. I guess if you have it, it doesn't matter either way. So
If I have a spell to cast, you're
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you have the counter spell, it doesn't matter here. So Dragonback Assault. Trigger, make 2 dragons.
sure.
I have to try to kill you here somehow. Combat. These two, because I did not cast a Instant Sorcery, correct? No, just this. So yeah. Good.
Pass. I'm dead.
How many lands do you play?
All of them, apparently.